Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl A.Simone. Um, and if you have not been living under a rock, then you know the fire diss track, the fire diss track Remy Ma just dropped on Nicki Minaj. And let's just start off by saying Nicki Minaj is literally taking the same L, taking the same steps that Meek Mill took with Drake. What I mean by that is, um, Meek Mill said whatever he said on Twitter, on social media to Drake, and Drake went to the studio. He took the art form of rap, and that's how he responded. I think he responded with two diss tracks, and one was nominated for a Grammy. And one of my favorite personalities, Charlamagne the God, was like, he had a newfound respect for Drake because he responded with rap. He didn't respond through social media. And it's like with Meek Mill, it took him so long eventually to come back with his initial diss track. And it's like by that time the internet had buried him. So it's like Nicki Minaj is literally following in the same footsteps as Meek, whereas she's posting IG posts on Instagram. Now, obviously, they're saying, it's a storm brewing, storm brewing. That she's definitely in the studio coming with a comeback. But for her to even respond with social media post, like, that was just corny as hell to me. She literally followed in the same steps that Meek did with Hey Drake. Guys, what's up? It's your girl A.Simone. And if you have not been living under a rock, then you know the fire diss track, Remy Ma just dropped on Nicki Minaj. And let's just start off by saying Nicki Minaj is literally taking the same L, taking the same steps that Meek Mill took with Drake. What I mean by that is, Meek Mill said whatever he said on Twitter, on social media to Drake, and Drake went to the studio. He took the art form of rap, and that's how he responded. I think he responded with two diss tracks, and one was nominated for a Grammy. And one of my favorite personalities, Charlamagne the God, was like, he had a newfound respect for Drake because he responded with rap. He didn't respond through social media. And it's like with Meek Mill, it took him so long eventually to come back with his initial diss track. And it's like by that time the internet had buried him. So it's like Nicki Minaj is literally following in the same footsteps as Meek, whereas she's posting IG posts on Instagram. Now, obviously, they're saying, it's a storm brewing, that she's definitely in the studio coming with a comeback. But for her to even respond with social media post, like, that was just corny as hell to me. She literally followed in the same steps that Meek did. For me, it just brings up the question of, was Nicki Minaj ever talented? Because with Remy Ma has bars. I feel like when you look at her discography, her rap history, she has bars. And I feel like, because for me, I was just thinking about, like, over the last couple of years, excuse me, the last couple of years, with Nicki Minaj's features, which I can't even name the songs off the top of my head, like, I really can't even name. If I go Google and search Nicki Minaj features, 2015, 2016, like, her features have been trash to me. I feel like a situation like, oh, I got Nicki on a track, so that brings an extra level of oomph to the record. But like, if you look at her features of the last couple of years, her features have been trash, in my opinion. Like, they really have been. It's ridiculous. It's bubblegum. Like, a 5-year-old could put together better bars than that, in my opinion. So it just brings up the question: was Nicki Minaj ever talented? Was she ever talented? Because when I look at the before, like before, like you go back early into her career compared to now, and I'm not some rap philanthropist. I'm really into rap and hip hop like that. But for me, when I compare then to now, for me, I would have to say then is better. I would have to say, then is better. So, and obviously, the situation with Safari, when she broke up or, left Safari, a lot of people was like, ooh, girl, ooh, child, them bars, not the same. Because obviously, he's been credited for helping Nicki Minaj as far as writing. Which for me, the proof is in the pudding with that. Like, they've been friends, they've been together since they were teenagers, like, even preteens, I'm not even sure. So it's a situation like when you and your best friends, like, y'all joke, you be like, oh, that salty bitch. Like, oh, that salty bitch. So, situation as far as her writing, as far as her career, you don't think he was there hand in hand, giving her little tidbits, little things. And I'm not saying he can take credit for 100% of everything she's done. I'm not saying that. But as far as being right there hand in hand, like they're best friends, 200%, he definitely helped on her raps. And with her albums, he was like, what, executive producer? So it was a situation, this was like her best friend. They started from the bottom and came up together. Like, she put him on when she got on. He was right there with her. So 200% he helped her with those raps. And like I said, a lot of people said when she broke up and left from Safari that it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. um, but the whole thing with this whole beef, this whole situation, I feel like for it to just happen now, like it's not popping, it's not hot to me. The Remy Ma, Nicki Minaj beef, because I feel like they've been in the game for so many years. Um, obviously Remy, her rap career before, then she did her prison bid, and now I feel like during all that time, during all that time before, even when she was in prison, there was no real situation between her and Nicki. So for me, for all these years, for them, being two female rappers, for it to come about now, it's just it doesn't really do that much for me. It's not really exciting. Like, oh, Nicki and Remy got beef. Now, obviously, maybe nothing just genuinely happened before, so why would there be a beef? But for me, it's just not popping now. Remy and Nicki beefing is just not popping to me. um, like I said, the whole beef came about when she allegedly was taking shots on the Gucci Man feature that she recently did, which I don't even know. I don't even know. I didn't even heard. Like I said, without the internet, a lot of this stuff I would not even know for real, for real. Then Remy came back, and they definitely said that Nicki Minaj is definitely in the studio with something brewing. As far as a comeback, but it's just a level of corniness to Nicki Minaj for me. And I know I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts on the Brilliant Idiots with Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schultz. And um, one of the episodes, it was probably a couple years back, but Andrew Schultz was saying that Nicki Minaj fell off. And for me, my, I guess relevancy, I don't know if that's the best word to use, but just for me, I guess her relevancy to me, as far as as far as like music and musically, I don't know. For me, I see her as more as an image. Is I don't think I'm really checking her as an artist. So I kind of understood what Andrew Schultz was coming from. Obviously, she has a huge fan base that support her, are there for her, like a lot of these big main stars have, where it's like they can do no wrong. But as far as her relevancy or me really checking for Nicki Minaj, I really think that has fell off in the past few years. Like, honestly, I think she's more of an image than music. like her image is bigger than the music, you know. It's like she was on IG talking some Beyonce said I'm the queen. Like, girl. Shout out to Adrian Expression. He was like, that's not how this works. You're a rapper and you on IG posting. Like, it's just a level of corniness to me with her. As far as her lyrical ability, I feel like it has fell off. Has fell off since the Safari split. Um, so yeah, we'll be waiting to see what she responds with. Hopefully sooner than later. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, you guys just leave in the comments, like, share, tell me what you think. Was Nicki Minaj ever really talented? Thanks, guys.